Hi guys, thank you for watching. Welcome to my channel and to this video. My name's Debbie if you don't know me, and in today's video I'm going to be creating a look with the Melt Millennial Pinx palette. This palette came out for Valentine's Day, but I've not played with it yet, so kind of like a first impressions and a bit of a tutorial for me. Just really wanted to put some makeup on today and play with it, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be sticking to more the pinky sort of tones I think today. Might just bring a little bit of black just to create a little bit of intensity in the outer corner, but pretty much going to be staying in the pinks, not going to be using the silver. So just want to create something fairly simple, but just to sit and have a play with my makeup really. So if you're down for that and you've got the palette and you want to play along, then please do so. If not, then just kick back and enjoy watching, and hopefully it will fill a few minutes of your day while you're at home with nowhere to go, as we all are at the moment. So hope you enjoy watching guys, and let's kick off with the tutorial. I'm going to start this look in the outer corner. I'm going to go in with Modern Love, and I'm going to start creating a small wing shape. I don't want the wing to take over the look, but you know what happens when I try and do that. But we're going to try and keep things quite contained today and quite pretty. So I'm going in with a Morphe E36, and hopefully things won't get out of control because that's quite a small brush to be starting the look off. So I'm wanting to create a bit of a wing shape, as I say, but I don't want it all the way up to my brows or anything, so keeping it nice and low. And that's probably as much of a winged out shape as I'm looking for there. So just really that kind of V shape in the outer V. Then I'm going to work on bringing that in and all through my crease, but taking my time to build that up. And I'm laying this down on a unset base, MAC Paisley paint pot, as I normally do. I've not bought any new bases recently, and this one works for me, so that's what we're going to do. I always find melt shadows to be really easy to work with, and really just enjoy playing with their palettes, and I need to be doing more of that I think, because I've got the Muerte and the Vida palettes. I've only created one look each out of those, so I might be doing a bit of a melt series this week and getting some use out of all these lovely melt palettes that I have. But I have made a purchase this week, and I've got the Rust palette coming. I'm so excited for that. I've always wanted the Rust stack, never got round to getting it, and I think the palette's so much better value. You're getting less product for each shade, but a lot more shades, and I'm really excited to have it. And also the gel liner in the burnish shade, got that coming as well. Alright, so that's kind of the shape I want to create. So I'm just now going to work on building up the intensity in the outer corner, and then just drag that out a little bit so we've got a bit more of a kind of V on that wing shape. I like this shade. It's pigmented but not like crazy pigmented, and it's a easy one to work with. Really romantic kind of vibes to it. Actually feels strange to be playing with makeup again. I sort of kind of like, I'd almost lost interest in doing makeup for a while. Like the last couple of weeks I've been struggling to make myself want to even do it, and not been watching anyone else's videos, and just felt totally uninspired. And it's really funny how I saw the Melt palette hit Beauty Bay's site, and I was like, oh, I really want that. And then I realised how much I'd missed makeup, and kind of today I was like, right, I'm definitely going to film. But now, having had a couple of weeks where I've not really done very many looks and whatnot, I feel a lot more creative again, and I really want to do it again. So sometimes we just all need a change, a break from what we're doing, do something different. So what I've been doing is walking every day, going out at 5 in the morning so there's no one about, so that I can do the social distancing thing, but finding all sorts of different trails and country kind of paths where you just literally don't see a soul, and I never realised how much beauty was on my doorstep. I think it's one of the positives from what's happening in this situation at the moment, is that I'm kind of getting to know my own area so much more. I've lived here for 20 years and I've only really like got in the car from here to work or whatever. I've never really explored the local area that much, particularly not on foot, so don't really have any friends here. Like all my friends are in the town I used to live, so I don't really go out in our town. And to see, like, we've got this area called the Greenway, and it literally links the town I live in with the next town. They're both only really, really small towns. And the Rushton Lakes that I talk about, there's like a shopping complex, and the Stannick Lakes, which is just an area of natural beauty. You can do a trail between the two, probably 2 or 3 miles, and you literally don't see anybody. So that's been amazing. I've really, really enjoyed doing that. But I've been doing that first thing in the morning, as I say, and then getting showered and ready for work. And I've been working from home, and work's been fairly busy. And I never really want to then start playing with makeup in the evenings. It's just not the time of day I feel creative and want to do it. So definitely only going to be doing this at weekends, I think. But I was really excited to play with makeup today. So right, I'm going to blend that out with Flamingo Dream and a Jeffree Star brush. This one's the JS6. Oh, on that brush that looks quite pigmented. That might be more pigmented than I want to blend that out with. I'd say it's almost as pigmented as Modern Love, just slightly a different tone. So I'm just going to run that just above where I've put Modern Love. Beautiful shade though. I think I prefer it to the Modern Love shade actually. It really is well named when they call it Flamingo Love. It's really got that flamingo colour. So I'm just literally outlining that shape with that, because I don't want things to get too out of hand. And then I think I'll use Pink Leather, which is the lighter colour, to blend out up to my brow. So I'm going to use Pink Leather, as I say, another Jeffree Star JS6, just from the original collection, which is why it's got the different coloured handle. But I'm just going to use that just to blend above into my horribly messy brows that I can't get done. I wish I knew how to pluck them myself, because they're going to look horrific by the time this is all over. And my greys are coming through really bad in my roots as well. Can you see that? They're really bad. That shade's pretty, just to diffuse everything. I really want to keep this soft and romantic a look. I tend to get carried away with my colour and really take it too far sometimes, I think. And it's nice to make a statement at times, but I wanted to make this pretty, like taking the sort of colours from my jumper and my earrings into account and really making it look pretty to complement the outfit. So what are you guys doing today? Seems a funny thing to ask when nobody can go anywhere, but I think there's still lots to do, you know. Like, we've been really, really busy. We've been, well, my husband's been painting all of our fence. He's repaired it because it came down in that awful weather we had in February. But he's repaired all that and painted it. It looks like brand new. And because he's been furloughed, which means the government are paying the wages for 80% of his wages for the next 3 weeks at least. So he's at home. So I'm putting him to good use, don't you worry. I'm making him do some work for me. All these jobs he's been promising to do that he's never gotten done, he's doing them this week. So he's out there now painting while I'm doing this. And then we're going to sort out some other bits in the garden, and then I'll probably sit out there with a book and a glass of wine, because it's probably about 15-16 degrees today, and it's going to be 20 tomorrow, which is just perfect weather for me. I love that sort of weather. Like, any hotter than that gets too much for me, but I love it, that sort of weather. It's just so nice to see all of the flowers coming out and just like spring starting. I'm going to go back into Modern Love and try and deepen up, because I think I've kind of lost some of that in that crease area. Some Morphe M321. It's just a little bit more flexible and easy to work with, I think, than the Morphe E36, which I do like, but that hasn't really got enough bristles to make it a good blend brush for me. I'd say this one's one of my favourites now, the 321. I like how I'm getting quite a nice gradient going on with these, and you can see the distinct different shades there. think I'm going to use that brush, the same colour, that Modern Love shade, and just connect that outer V with my outer part of my lower lash line. So I'm really excited for that rust palette to go out. Seems a strange time of year for them to release it, to my mind. I think that's more of an autumn palette, and I'm surprised to see it in the springtime, but I love those sort of rusty brown kind of shades. They're kind of, I guess a lot of people would call them neutral, but I think they're interesting neutrals. They're sort of rusty colours, really pretty. I want to build up a little bit of intensity in that outer corner. I'm going to use GF to do that, the grey. I don't want to take the black. I don't think it is actually black, it's still a deep grey, but I want to take the lighter of the two, so GF. And don't want too much of it, but I just want to bring a little bit of intensity into that outer corner. So I'm just taking my time and just working that in just to that outer V area. And being careful not to go below that line. As I say, I want to keep things in control, not too crazy. That's a really pretty grey, and I like the way that that's deepened up the look for sure. Using a Kaleidos S3 to do this. Love the Kaleidos brushes. I've noticed they're back in stock on their site, and I'm considering buying myself another set. I got these in PR, but I'd love to have another set, and I think they're such good value. They're $19 for the whole set. Some of the best blending brushes I own. I love them. Last month, there won't be a monthly haul for this month, because last month I only spent £19 on makeup in the whole of March. I did have a couple of presents. So I got, my mum, I got the Wired palette from Urban Decay, and I got the Opulence palette from Zoeva from a friend. My own purchases, all I bought was the Makeup Revolution items. They were doing 3 for 2 in Superdrug, so it cost me £19. Got the Conceal and Hydrate foundation and concealer, and the Forever Flawless Constellation palette. So £19 for all 3 items, and that's all I got. So I don't feel too bad about ordering the Melt palette. I had £20 worth of try points to spend. I did buy the liner, as I say, the burnish liner, so ended up with those 2 items with the money off, spending £45. So I'm under my £50 a month budget that I've set myself for the moment, so I can't really buy anything else this month, but I don't mind that. It's just nice to have something new coming in, and I'm excited for it. Right, now with no additional product on this brush, I'm going to start working that grey into my crease, but only to about halfway. So just literally just that area of my crease, and right sort of deep into my socket there, so that it doesn't go up too high. I love how that's blending with those pinks, so pretty. And I'm going to go in with NYX Glitter Primer and do a half cut crease with that, just to where that grey is. And then see what lid shade I'm going to use. I'm not quite sure. Using a crown brush to do this. This is my favourite for applying glitter glue. It's a really, really cheap brush, this one. I got it for about £3, I think, from the Birmingham Beauty Show a couple of years ago, and I wish I'd bought more of them. It's the SS030 Chisel Shadow. So I'm just working that into just halfway across and just slightly above where my natural crease is. So that I can keep that tacky, I'm going to do one eye at a time. I'm going to do Ruby Spa in the centre of my lid and Mixed Emotions more towards the inner part. That's stunning. That's so beautiful. The shadow is so creamy, it's really, really nice. Getting a little bit of fallout, but because it's pink, it's reasonably easy to whisk away without it looking crazy on the cheeks as well. So, as I say, going in with Mixed Emotions on the inner part. And where that meets Ruby Spa, I'm just going to gently tap over that just to get a little bit of a blend there. And just in that outer corner Just going back in with the brush with the grey shade, that GF shade, just to blend that in just slightly as well there. Okay, so I'll just whiz through the other eye. For my waterline, I'm going to go in with Heartless by Urban Decay. Thought those would go perfectly. I'm also going to take a little bit of that as a base in my inner corner. And I'm going to use Pink Noise as my inner corner highlight. I'm going to go a little bit crazy with that because I quite like that. I'm going to take that onto that portion of my lower lash line there. That's such a pretty inner corner highlight. It looks like it's just kind of white in the palette, but it's beautiful duochrome of pink in there. Stunning. That'd look lovely as a highlight, I think. I want to use the gel liner as well, which is Prissy. Is a gorgeous coppery shade, and what I'm going to use that for is to line underneath that wing there, so just a touch of it just there. It's only really subtle, but it's just giving just a little bit of interest in that outer corner. Okay, I'm just going to hop off camera for just a trace of liner on my lids, some mascara and a lip to finish the look, and I'll come back and show you the finished look for this one. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. And I've gone in with a fantastic lipstick by Linda Halbo. This one's Pink Opal. Just wanted something neutral and glossy and pretty. Do go in with quite heavy lips quite a lot of the time, quite dramatic lips, and I just felt something soft and sort of petal-like and pretty would go really nicely with the look. So really like how it turned out. It's a little bit more subtle than I usually do. The eyes are dramatic-ish, I suppose, in the corners, but overall it's quite soft and pretty and romantic, and just a change for me to create, and really enjoyed filming it. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and seeing me create the first look that I've done with the Millennial Pinx palette. Going to be playing with that a lot more. There's so many beautiful colours in there, and I think combined with some of the deeper, darker shades, like I can't wait to use the silver with that black. I think that's going to look stunning. There's a lot of looks you can get out of that palette. I just love Melt's colour stories. I just think they've got it going on. They really know how to pull a palette together and make something really special. So excited to play some more with this one, but also for the rust when it comes. And I've never used the radioactive either, so I'm going to be filming with that, I think, next, or probably next weekend maybe. So hope you're excited for that. Hope you're all keeping well and safe, guys, and have a lovely day or night wherever you are and whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.